Good morning and welcome to America's Home Cooking. I am going to make lamb-filled shells with spiced red sauce. But we have to make the sauce first, all right? You need 1 cup of a canned tomato sauce. I made my own sauce because I like mine better. I'm partial to it, okay? Now they also state they want a 1/2 cup of chicken stock added to this recipe. I don't have chicken stock. So I'm going to be using a vegetable. I'm putting it all in a small saucepan because we're going to have to heat this up slowly. And I'm not going to make a whole bunch of chicken stock right now. So you need a 1/2 cup of chicken stock. I'm using vegetable and bone, whatever. So mine will be a little different. They also want you to add some salt and pepper and some lemon juice. We're going to add 3 tablespoons of lemon juice. I can my lemon juice. I put it in these little jars. Makes it easier for me to use them. All of this is going into a saucepan. Okay, we've got that. Now we're going to be adding some salt and pepper to it. I don't know how much. According to your taste is the best I can give you. Okay? I'm going to be careful because I know what's coming, so. So taste it according to your salt and pepper. Some people are heavy with their salt. I'm light with my salt. I think that would be enough. We'll get this started and then we'll get the stuff to put this dish together. Some recipes I have just say salt, pepper to your taste. That's why I inform you of it. I'm going to taste it for salt. A little more. Now they want us, they say to put it in a heavy saucepan over medium-low heat and combine everything together and bring it to a boil, then remove from the heat and stir well. All right, so we're just going to bring it to a boil, then we're going to turn it off. So this should give it a nice flavor. I think that's what they're looking for, just to get the salt dissolved and mingle the lemon juice with the tomato sauce. Now what tomato sauce you get in the store, that's your choice. Now, I'm going to talk about something, women. I'm going to bring it to your attention. Women who start to age go and get Botox put into their skin. Do you know where Botox comes from? That's embalming fluid you're putting into your skin. That's what they put into the bodies of dead people so they look nice at the funeral for you. And if you're putting that in, you ought to check about what chemicals are in there before you do that. Because what it does to your cells, you're killing them and aging them faster, and you're poisoning them. So once you start that procedure, you continually do it, and you're going to find you mess your face up. You've seen women with blotches on their faces when they get old. What have they done to their skin? Accept aging. It's a blessing. It really is. At least that's how I look at it. As I age, it's a blessing. Because I look at living on earth, a school of, a lot of people say a school of hard knocks. What it is that you learn things. You do. You make mistakes, you try to correct things and everything else. So if you age, there's nothing wrong with aging. It means you've gone through a lot of what you had to learn. You put this stuff into your body, then when you get old, you start hurting. And you look at your face, and then you have to go for facelifts. You say, oh my God, look at my face. Well, that's because you put that stuff in it. So they're going to cut your skin and pull it and everything and try to keep you young. But you can't hide the body. The body's old, and it's getting older by the day. And the more you do that stuff to your body, the more the payback. My grandmother used to say, be careful what you do in life. Your body will remind you of everything you've done to it when you get old. Everything. I said, you mean just like broken bones? She said, whatever you do to that body, you will pay for it. And the body will get the last laugh on you. Because you can't leave the body, and you're stuck suffering and doing everything trying to get over it, and you can't. And if the body could talk, I'm sure it would tell you, you're where you're at because of what you did to me. I just remembered everything you did to me. So now you pay. I paid, now you pay. So I always took, the elders' advice when they told me things like that. I would listen very, very carefully. I'm stirring it so I won't have to beat it so hard to get it mixed. It'll already be mixed. So please, for the young people, be careful what you do to your body. Check stuff out. Don't assume. You put bleach on your teeth, whiteners, because that's what it is, it's bleach. Whiten your teeth. Bleach is a drawing compound. It'll dry your teeth out in time, and you will lose your teeth. Because your teeth are bones. And if you've ever seen what bleach does to material, it eats it up. Matter of fact, they found out that washing clothes, the detergents and stuff, wear the material out, not you wearing them. Oh, you might tear something because you're rough with the clothes, but the material doesn't wear out because of your sweat. It actually wears out because of the detergents and the cleansers that we use. So, if bleach can eat mold and stuff up, and that's a living organism, mold, in the bathroom. Imagine what your mouth is moist and it's warm, 98.6. Can you imagine what those whiteners are doing to your teeth? I mean, I grew up in Texas when we had a high mineral count in the water. It was high mineral. We didn't get cavities. It was almost impossible for us to get cavities, but in time, things got messed up, playing around with the water and the food and stuff, and I'm sure now they have that problem. And the chemicals they put into the food. So going shopping is like a minefield. Buying makeup should be a minefield. I mean, my husband wanted me to wear makeup. He really did. and I told him I didn't want to wear it. He said, please. So he bought me Bare Minerals, and it was just minerals. They give you the color, so if you have a high mineral, you'll have color to your face and your skin. Okay, that's boiling. Better leave it here. And then they sold the company, and he bought something, and I put it on, and they had changed the compound and put something else into it, and I broke out right away. My whole face just peeled right off, and my husband looked at me and said, this is what happens with chemicals. If you want to know about filth or there's chemicals and stuff, this skin, man, it lets me know at a drop of a pen. Okay, you are going to need 8 ounces. You need 8 ounces of fresh spinach, and it wants it deveined. I've already deveined mine, but I'll describe it. Here is the back of the leaf. Here is the front of the leaf. You fold the two fronts together, and you see the stem that's sticking off. Just pull it, and it'll rip right up and take that toughness out of it. That's how you do it. Now the clean spinach, you don't have to run water over it. There's a very easy way. You can fill a sink up with cold water. You really can. And put the spinach in it, or put it in a big bowl and shake it. The dirt falls right off, it'll fall to the bottom of the water. I'll show you, because I'm doing it right now. Because I can feel the dirt on it. You shake it around after you strip the stems off of them. And believe you me, the dirt will come right off. Most people buy frozen spinach, but if you get fresh spinach, this is how you have to do it. The salad I love is spinach salad. My family's not overly fond of it, but I can sit there and make it with the bacon and the eggs and make that garlic vinaigrette and get some scallions. That's one of my favorite salads. But today I think I'm going to take trail mix and greens. Now, if you have a lot of sand, you throw the water out and do it a second and a third time until you get it all. You should be able to feel the bottom and feel the sand on it, which I can. Now, if you don't think I got it all, I'll do it a second time. You see the water? There's no sand on the bottom. That's how you do it. Okay. I'll just leave it in the draining right now on the colander, and let me see what we have to do next. We need 1 1/4 pounds of lamb ground. Oh. heard me. I dropped it. Not unusual. I have 2 1-pound bags. So, yeah, you can't peel this. This is sealed. So I figured I'll go ahead and weigh it out. Make sure I get what I need. Yeah, I know that's 1 pound. We need a 1/4 pound now. I know they say you're not supposed to refreeze the meat after you defrost it, but I only need part of this, and they only came in 1 pound packages, lamb, so I said, okay, what the heck. I'll have to do it, and then I'll probably make sausage or meatballs in them or something. And mix it with some beef. Okay. What? Okay. That's got to be it now. Yep, that's it. No, I think I just added too much. I'm gonna put my glasses. Okay. Yeah, I overshot that one, didn't I? A little too much. Okay. We got 1.5 pounds of ground lamb. I might make a lamb and beef meatloaf. We'll see. Okay, we got that to the side. A lot of things we'll be putting to the side as we get things together here. So we're going to have some chopping to do. Maybe this will go over here again to follow what we have to do. Okay. We need 3 garlics peeled and minced. What I put? One. These are big. They say 3. They don't tell you what size, so I'm just going to use what I have to. Okay. Okay, I got 1, 2. This will be 3. You know, it's funny. Some of you want me to make very short videos and not show what has to be done. And then I have other ones on my channel sitting there. I love your videos because you walk me through everything. That tells you just, you know, people want to learn. It's just funny you get two and you can't please either one of them. Well, you please one, but the other one is like, I'm not going to sit and watch the video. It's too long. And my thing is my mother would say this. You can watch television and sit there. You can sit there and learn. Yes, ma'am. I didn't argue with my mother. She was a tyrant. I mean, she hit my father. She hit my brothers. I mean, I think, I really mean it. I think if a cop stopped her, she'd hit him too. You didn't tell her what to do. She knew what she wanted. So you had to do what she said. I have met children that have never been hit and are so spoiled. And yet, the Bible states point blank that you spoil your children. You spare the rod, you spoil rotten your children. And children are spoiled and rotten today. One woman went to stop me from hitting my son. We were in the park, and he did not want to walk, but he wanted to go home, and he would walk, but he didn't want to walk on the grass or anything. He didn't want to walk through the park, and he was just giving us a time. I spanked him right then and there. I got a switch off one of the trees, and I whipped him, and I said, "You're going to walk this park." And the woman said, "You shouldn't hit that little one." I looked at her, and my husband wanted to hear what I was going to say. I told her, "Do you want some of this? I'll give it to you." And she backed down. I mean, don't sit there and interfere, because she didn't know. He would go home and he would run in the backyard on the grass and everything. As soon as we went to the park, I ain't walking. Oh, you're not walking? Oh, yes, you are. Okay, what else do we have to chop? I have to see what we have to chop. Okay, let me see. Yeah, we already did the sauce. Okay. Okay. In a bowl, we're going to put the spinach. Yeah, that's the garlic. You're going to put the garlic in. Sorry about that. Now, you know that spinach we just did? We're going to chop it. Let's see, do they want it coarsely chopped? They said stemmed and coarsely chopped. So that's what we'll do. And put it with the garlic. We would call this baby spinach. In Texas, we used to get the lacy one, and it was bigger than these. I was looking for grape leaves because I have these little birds that I told you about. And I've got a place, I think the Eastern store I have in the neighborhood will have it. I hope they do. I'll have to go and check them out next week, because they want the birds wrapped with this grape leaf and bacon and some other seasonings. And I said, oh, that sounds interesting. We should try this dish. But I just have to wait and see. is it. Okay, got the spinach done. Everything that we're doing is prepping. In other words, I have the ground meat in one bowl done. I have the garlic in this together. I have the tomato sauce that we're going to need. This is getting everything done in bits and pieces. So when you go to put it together, it's just an ABC. All right, we're going to need a large frying pan over medium heat. Let me get a frying pan. Give me 1 minute, I'll be right back. Okay, you're going to turn your pan on. Probably want to know. I got some onion in it. Over medium heat. I'm just going over medium heat. So we'll just have to wait a bit. This is a very easy recipe to put together once you get everything done. We're also going to have to roast some pine nuts. So set your oven at 325. You need 3 tablespoons of pine nuts. You do not have to put anything in your, this is a bit wet, let me try it. You don't have to put them in oil or anything, you just need a plain small frying pan. Just measure out 3 tablespoons of pine nuts. Yeah, I knew I was going to run out. Now, how will you know when these are roasted? They'll have a floral vanilla smell. Very, very small. It'll just be a hint. Okay, so we're just going to wait for the oven, and then we'll put those in. Make sure that the pan you put into the oven can take the oven. We're not going to brown them. We're just going to bring that floral smell out, which is really, I have to tell you, it's really nice. It's a mild hint. I want to make those dates again, but this time I'm going to use, to get more heat on them and use less pepper, I'm thinking about using red peppercorns, and I'd get that. Now, pink peppercorns, they say they have a sweet smell. I'm wondering if they didn't use pink because the dates are sweet, the honey in that, and that would be more of it. So I'm going to be trying them with different peppercorns. I use the black. It's got a bite on it. But I want to get the pink and try it with the pink, and I'm also going to do it with the red next time. Another thing is that honey, boy did it stick to the plate. We had a problem. All right, you're going to put your lamb in this pan. No oil because lamb already has a lot of fat in it. What you're going to do is break it up and brown it. I know I usually use my wooden, but I need a garbage spoon for this because there is going to be oil in this, and I want to drain this meat off from it. the fat coming out. See, when we go to stuff the shells, you'll understand why they want you to have the meat broken up like this. Now when you go to heat these nuts up, you don't want to do it fast. That's why I have it at 325 in the oven. When it gets up to 325 and give it time to do what it has to do. Because if you do it too fast, you could burn the oil out or overcook it, and then you don't get that floral smell that you're looking for. The pine nuts to enhance this meal. You have to cook this till all the pink is out of it, because you don't want that of the extra fat you'd be adding to the meal that you don't want. See how much fluid it is? Then you get that nice taste of lamb. That's why if I go to make a meatloaf, I'll make sure I have more beef in it and use the lamb like you would use pork, which will give you a different taste and flavor. I want to get some venison, but like he told me, it's going to be very, very expensive. Unless you have a hunter in the house. I used to. I grew up with my father being a hunter too, so I'm very familiar with wild game. We had it all the time. Every time I got upset was when my mother killed the pets. When she took my rooster, my rabbit. See how much fat and fluid we have? A lot. Now that we drain that off, and the meat is brown, you're going to add the spinach and the garlic. Make sure you get that garlic as well. Now what we're going to do is put a lid on it, and we're going to let it cook for about 4 minutes, 3 to 4 minutes, until the spinach wilts. Okay? found a recipe for a leg of lamb, not the whole leg, just part of it. And they want me to cut the bone out and stuff it in the middle. Doesn't that sound interesting? Just a different way of having a leg of lamb. But they say it's delicious. And I said, well, if I could get the bone out, if it's not high up and it's sort of in the middle, I should be able to. I'm already thinking how to get the bone out, because I did buy that leg of lamb, but I didn't use it all. When I had money, I did it. I saved up for it for a long time. So I look forward to trying that dish. I don't know when we're going to have it, though. Let's say I've got to get the guts up to cut that bone out. Because I know me, I could end up butchering it. I'm not a butcher that knows how to do it. I'd be butchering it really bad, and I don't want to do that. So I have that on my mind, to be careful with it. So we're just about done at this point. When we get this done, we have to cool this before we add the other seasonings into it, but we can get the pasta started. Let's see how this is going. Okay. This has a very nice. Did you hear what they're trying to do now? Computers. So if I'm cooking, you would be able to smell it. Isn't that interesting? I don't find that interesting. It takes all the fun out of it. Okay, this has to cool, so I'm going to move it. How much is on it? I mean, how it shows. Okay, you're going to need jumbo shells. They want 18 of them. Now they say to add a tablespoon of salt to the water. Well, I'm not doing that because I need that to put out into the yard. And if you do too much salt in the yard, your garden and stuff will die. That's why I don't add salt when I'm doing the pasta. It's just like you don't add a lot of apple seeds in one area in your yard, or you develop arsenic in the plants. So you have to be careful. Although I'm going to put a few apples in there, but apple seeds if they don't eat them. But remember, seeds actually have 2 chemicals that fight cancer. Like I heard today, and it came across, we're talking about nicotine. What it is nicotine is what you get in cigarettes, all right? But but the brain can't get the vitamin that nicotine comes from is actually called, well, it doesn't come from it, but it's called, the real one is called niacinamide. You need that for your brain and your cells and everything, and it's a B. It's actually a B vitamin. Seven, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's all they want. I got 18. A lot of people don't know. You can't take, because they use white flour and they peel their potatoes and the breads are white, the biscuits are white, everything is white flour. White flour only has like 3 B vitamins, but there's a problem. When you only take a few of the B vitamins, they get flushed out. They all have to come together. You've got to take all the B's at the same time. Now, well, people say, well, I'll take a B complex. Hold on a minute. That's fine and all, but you're not going to get the other stuff that's hooked up to it, because they found out that, I'm going to call them the vitamins instead of going chemicals and stuff. The vitamins, each B vitamins has enzymes that are hooked up to it, but when you take it in a pill form, you're not getting the enzymes that go with that vitamin. When you get it in the food and stuff, you get it all. But remember, you must take them all. So if you're low in niacin, you're going to find that you might want to smoke, which makes sense because the body will use the nicotine in place of the niacinamide. Now, I have a girlfriend. She loves to smoke, but she said, Sandy, I've tried to stop. I've done the patch, I've done this, I've done everything. I can't stop. And I said, it sounds like you're missing niacinamide. She said, what do you mean? I said, you're missing niacinamide. It's a B vitamin that you need. Well, she said, well, how do I correct this? Do I buy the niacinamide? I told her, this is what you do. I want you to go buy a B complex 100. It's got to be a B complex. Go to the health food store, make sure you get it. B complex 100. Then you buy 10 milligrams of niacinamide. And what you do is in the morning, you take that B complex and that niacinamide together. She called me back afterwards. She said, how long do I continue? I said, until you don't need it anymore. Well, she finally called me up about a month later. She said, Sandy, I developed this white film around my mouth and my nose and stuff. I said, okay, you've got enough niacinamide in you. You don't need it anymore. She said, but another thing is I quit smoking. She said, I used to just like it, to enjoy it once in a while. And then I got hooked on it. And she said, Sandy, I can't, I don't want it anymore. I said, your body was craving niacinamide and it couldn't get it. That's why you were sick, craving smoking. So you could get the nicotine and use it in place of the niacinamide. But she quit smoking and she was shocked. She said, but I came off of it. Will this white stuff go away? I said, yeah, give it a couple of days and it'll go off. And sure enough, a couple of days later, she called again and she said, Sandy, it's gone. Thank you. She said, I have no cravings to smoke anymore. So that was her problem. I mean, my husband loved his Benson and Hedges. I think they were gold, and he loved them. I started cooking with all the whole grains and everything, and he was smoking less and less. And this is how my husband smoked. He finally came off the cigarettes, and he went back to a pipe, which he knew. Now he would pack the pipe. Now remember, he's in his studio now, and I've been cooking with whole grains, so I know he's getting his B vitamins and everything. And he packed his pipe and he lit it up. He'd take one puff, he'd put it down. 4 or 5 hours later, when he's done painting, he never touched the pipe because he wasn't craving the nicotine in it because he got enough niacinamide. So if you're smoking and you can't stop, what you're missing literally is the B vitamin niacinamide. If you wish to quit, you need to sit there and take a B complex, and I mean a complete B complex 100, not the 50, not the 25, the 100. What we're going to do is flood your body and take 10 milligram, get a 10 milligram niacinamide. When you start seeing, you'll notice slowly in time, if your digestive system is up, you'll notice in time you're not smoking as much until finally you just don't want it. And then when you get enough of it in your system, you'll notice a white film around your nose here and around your mouth. And that's when you know you've had enough and you don't need it anymore. That's how I got my husband. He couldn't believe it. He said, Sandy, I didn't. I said, I know, Tony. He said, what are you doing? I said, I'm cooking. That's all I'm doing. I was playing in the kitchen. So that's how you can. If you're having a smoking problem and you wish to quit, that's what you have to do. But make sure your digestive system is up and running so that you can get all those bees in your system. And that's the thing. So remember that. If you ever want to quit, that's it. And people who crave it, listen, my mother loved white flour and everything. She hated whole wheat. One day she said, Sandy, get my Pale Male. That's a cigarette. And it was lit. She said, I left it in the kitchen, bring it to me in the bedroom. It's lit. I saw it. Now, my brother smoked. Everybody around me was smoking. I said, I'm going to try it. I took one puff of it and I said, I like this. This is a good time to stop. And that was it. I wasn't going to get hooked on it. Gee, I'm giving all my secrets away about nutrition and how to eat well. You guys are getting all this information free. Oh my goodness. Well, we're supposed to help each other, and I hope it helps some of you who do try, and want to quit or cook better. Hold on, I have to check these nuts or I will burn them like I normally do, because I'll forget about them. Oh, they're starting. You can start to smell the vanilla and the floral. Yay! That's my tomato sauce. We'll get to that soon enough. So we're just waiting for the water. Now, you're going to cook this pasta. They have a specific time that they want you to cook this. They're talking about 8 minutes. Once that water starts to boil and you put them in, it comes back up. Time at 8 minutes. Then you're going to have to plunge it into cold water to stop it. We're still waiting for the meat and stuff to chill, and then we'll be adding more stuff to that. Okay, so I'll see you when we get to that point. Okay, we're back to the meat. It should be cool by now. Mine is cool. You're going to put 3½ ounces of feta cheese. If you get it in the block, you're going to have to break it down. If you have it crumbled like I do, we're going to crumble it around. I went to Shahadi's, I could buy it in the block, but I don't. They want 3½ ounces, so I'm going to use just about every bit of this. What else are we adding? We need 2 teaspoons of lemon zest. Lemon zest has vitamin C and bioflavonoids. Now, yeah, I'm giving you a lot of information today. If you drink liquor, take drugs, legal or illegal, your body will become acid, and you will notice that you get sick all the time, or you catch a cold very easily. And the only way you can alkaline your body up is take a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. It's the only vinegar that does this, and hot water, and a cup of hot water, and take it every day. And when you're finally so sick of it, probably weeks and weeks and weeks, you'll be alkaline and you don't get sick. I usually do it in the autumn when the weather starts coming. I take and make myself one every day. And by the time winter comes, I'm very alkaline. And once you're alkaline, you cannot get sick. So if you catch colds at a drop of a pen, you know you're very acid. And my husband was prone to it because he worked at a hospital. So I knew that he would get sick. So all my salads were done with apple cider vinegar. If anything called for a recipe, I was so quick to make sure that he got as much apple cider as I could get into his body. Because see, you pay a doctor for antibiotics for your cold, and you take those antibiotics, and you're still going to be sick until the cold has run its gamut, unless you change the environment that you've given it, which is an acid body, and move it to an alkaline body. That's why I was surprised I got sick this year. Whatever I had, I did not know where it came from or anything else. Now I'm using, I think this pan of baking dish is a 9x6. I'll measure it to let you know. I found this at Pathmark. I was so happy when I saw it. It's a stoneware. Stoneware is really nice. All right, this is an 11 by just about 8, 11 by 8. Now, have I done everything? Just checking, double checking. Okay. You're going to stuff your shells now. I can't actually get you over here. You're not going to be able to see everything because I'm going to go from the meat dish, from the pasta to the frying pan to get the food. What's the oven temperature? So I have to put this in the oven. 325. Oh, come on, sit up. Right, that's it. Well, they're not going to sit straight. I'm just trying to get them to sit straight, but they gotta slip and slide. Just trying to get them to stand upright. Maybe they will after I get the last ones in. Alright, that's 18. I have meat left over. So you know what I'm going to do? I throw it over it. I am not going to waste the meat, so I'm just going to throw it on top of this with the cheese and everything. No reason to waste it. So there'll be meat for everybody. Now what do they want me to do? Tons of cactus. Oyster sauce. Okay, I'm gonna need my ladle. Some of my family, they will not want to add the sauce after, so I'll just pour it all over here. See these pine nuts? Now you're going to bake this at 325. We're just going to heat it through for like 15 minutes in the oven, and that is it. Isn't that easy? It was mostly the prepping that we had to do, and we had to wait for it to cool, you know, so we could sit there and put it together. But anyway, I'll show you after it comes out of the oven. Okay, I just took it out of the oven. I'll turn you down. You're going to see other things here, but it's because I'm feeding my cultures right now. Here it is. This is the dish. So listen, you take care and have a great day, okay? Bye-bye.